welcome to a podcast about something. Today we're talking about, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff with the Don't Crack podcast. I don't quite have a title for this one, but by the time it posts, I'll have a catchy title for it. I have got the guys from Don't Crack, like I said before. Do you guys want to introduce yourself real quick?
I go, no, you want to, okay, I'm Joel. See, this is how most of our shows go. So, yeah, this is how most of them go. I'm Joel.
All right. And you want to tell us about the Don't Crack podcast?
I was going to say, are you going to explain anything?
No. Look, okay, when we do this, it's just like, hey, what's your name? That's our name. That's how we roll.
Okay, well, we run a podcast that's just a comedy podcast, pretty generic. Just, we do a thing called With a Catch, where we try to come up with a scenario and then try to ruin it for each other. We're all, let's see, Micah and Joel are brother and sister, and I'm their cousin. So it's a family event.
It's a highly dysfunctional podcast.
Yeah, very, very.
As you can tell by the introduction, highly dysfunctional.
It's going very smoothly.
All right.
So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be setting up these hypothetical situations. You guys brought one and I brought one, and we will jump right into it.
Tell me, what's your craziest interview so far, besides us?
Well, I've just started the interviews lately. The last 4 episodes I've done have been interviews with different guests, and not many of them gotten too crazy yet. The craziest would probably be the one I just did with BSP, the Idiotsyncrasy podcast, and they do like paranormal conspiracy type things, and that one. So we were talking about this town I used to live in called Plattsburgh, New York, which has basically every type of different weird occurrence you could have. It's got UFO sightings, Bigfoot sightings, lake monsters, ghosts. There's a government cover-up conspiracy in the area. So we
kind of town.
I'd say that's the opposite, because I didn't need a reason not to want to go to New York. Now I really have extra ammo. No.
Yeah, if you're not up for any of that, do not visit Plattsburgh, New York. But listen to the podcast that we did on it. So yeah, we dropped the call because so we do everything over Skype. The call dropped probably 6 different times, and by the end of it, we were saying like this government cover-up conspiracy has to be real because they don't want us to finish this, so we can't release it.
Got the NSA going on here. Listen to your interview.
Between their internet issues and my internet issues, it wasn't It turned out really great, but it was very hard to get through, and then it was very fun to edit afterwards.
Okay, wow. Yeah, we might have to just hang up. See, I don't want to say I'm superstitious. I just don't dive in and mess with that stuff. I've already talked about this before. I saw Paranormal Activity. After seeing that movie, I've slept in the tub for a week. I got a Bible and holy water, hanging out with me, and I'm like, okay, lights didn't get turned off. I'm like, let's not do this. So we might just have to cut this interview short if you're cursed or you have the feds listening.
I'll talk forever. I love that stuff.
I don't think I'm personally cursed. I think it was just the topic. Now that we've moved on from it, I think I'll be good. But if we start dropping this call a couple times, then I might be cursed from here on out.
Yeah, don't be offended if we don't pick up, if it drops more than once.
Let's talk about the phenomenon.
Okay, so we, like you kind of said, we have With a Catch. That's our bread and butter. That's what we like to do. That's our fun activity. Just because, what's family for if we can't just ruin each other's lives?
Exactly. That's how I feel my family addresses me all the time.
Oh.
Not really.
I'm sorry to hear that. No. Yeah, Ryan's kind of our scapegoat or our black sheep, or he's the one who catches most of the flack, especially on the podcast for some of his choice in words. Ryan, do you want to talk about that?
I know words, okay? I just forget where to use them. And also, I flub a lot.
Yeah.
So
I've got a friend like that.
Yeah? My brain moves faster than my mouth. So my brain's going, and I'm just like, I'll just keep saying what my brain's saying. And it's just like,
Let's see. What's a good couple of examples? I think the last one I edited, you said Instable, which really was Insatiable. That was a good one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You said Instable. Now, I will say, one of the ones I just edited, we were talking about onomatopoeias and how many syllables, and we all got that one wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I kind of figured that.
You said 3. We said 5. I believe it's actually 6.
Onomatopoeia is a weird one.
Yeah, I think it's 6.
Yeah, see? You did a chin,
Yeah. I'm sitting here trying to do it and listen and count.
I was wondering if he was like, if he had dropped out or if he was.
No, I was sitting here trying to think. I was trying to count and say it in my head without saying it out loud. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm. See, I learned that word from comic books because Kevin Smith wrote a Green Arrow comic book with a bad guy named Onomatopoeia.
I haven't caught that one. I'm waiting for him to show up on season 6 of Arrow.
I'm really kind of hoping, but they won't. For some reason, won't let Kevin in. He's directed Flash and Supergirl, but they won't let him into Arrow.
Yeah, I'm kind of out on Arrow. I don't know. It always feels the same. I watched the first 4.5 seasons, and then by like the middle of last season, I was just like, I'm out on this. But I keep going back for Flash.
Me too. Flash is definitely good. I finished last season, and then this season I just can't seem to get into Arrow, and I'm trying to get into Supergirl because I really like Melissa Benoist or whatever her name is, and it's pretty neat. I mean, they brought Martian Manhunter and whatnot into it.
Yeah, I saw that in some of the crossovers. That I just don't have any more bandwidth for extra shows right now.
Yeah, me too. It's getting hard. And then Joel's wanting to do a weekly movie review where I have to watch something else, and I'm like, okay, cool.
You should just tell him you watched it, read the Wikipedia page, and go in just off that. That's a pro tip for you on how to review a movie without seeing it.
Why would you give him that? Why would you do that?
Because now it'll be more fun to listen to of somebody who's actually seen it and somebody who hasn't seen it and is pretending to see it.
Right.
Now Joel's going to go on Wikipedia and edit it.
That's what I was thinking. I was going to go in there and mess it up.
I was going to be like, oh yeah, in Baywatch, when the goat came out, that was crazy.
Yeah. He loved that goat. Yeah.
That would be really, really good, actually.
That would good. Okay. Ryan, I give you permission, and then I'll work on that.
I saw a good premise, I think it was on Reddit, where people were talking about doing a show where they watch the first episode of something and the very last episode of something and try to explain what the show's about.
Oh, wow. Imagine doing that with
actually. Yeah, I think that's a real podcast out there, actually. I think I've seen that one.
I've got to find it
somewhere.
Because that's awesome. Like, try doing that with Grey's Anatomy.
Right. With 14 seasons of people dying every other week.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh. What would be another good one? I mean,
Game of Thrones would be good.
Game would be good because you never know who's going to die. So if you watch episode 1,
you'd be like Ned Stark. He's going to be there forever, and then you'll be watching the last season, and you'll be like, wait, I don't know any of these people. They're all new characters except three people.
Okay, we don't talk about that. That's too soon. Okay, that still hits me in the feels.
Ned Stark died?
Yes.
Ned Stark. It's been 7 years. First of all, no spoilers on some 7 years old.
Let it go.
And second of all, I don't think that can still hit you in the feels.
Yeah,
I'm not giving things 2 months spoilers. After 2 months, if you haven't seen it, you're not going to.
That's on you at that point, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm that. I'm like a week kind of guy. Like, I'll give you a week, and then that's when I'm gonna start talking about it. So you're telling me I'm supposed to, hang on to all this information for 2 months and not talk about it ever? No, forget that.
Well, yeah, the reason you keep up with pop culture is to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, and you give the requisite spoiler warning for the first 2 months, I think. You can talk about it, you just have to say, have you seen it, or I'm going to spoil it for you first. And then after that 1 to 2 months, then it's just like, I'm going to talk about this. If you haven't seen it, that's on you, not me.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't walk up and be like, Han shot first.
Yeah.
That's what, a 40-year spoiler?
How about you?
Yeah.
Spoiler.
I had... Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I take back what I was going to say, because I was going to say Han didn't shoot first until the 90s, but Greedo shot first in the 90s. Han shot first originally and always. So I almost misspoke, but I took it back.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I helped you on that one.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I was in a Discord channel talking with some people, and there's one guy in there that really liked to do, drop the spoilers because he was a giant troll and a douche. But they got onto him, and they were saying, "Oh, you have to wait a year for this." I was like, "Hold on. I'm okay with, a little bit earlier than that, but you guys need to calm down. A year?"
That's extreme.
I was like, wow.
And it depends how big the pop culture thing is that you're talking about. Like, Infinity War, you got to give more time. But like The Notebook, that's a day. You get a day to see The Notebook before I spoil the ending for you.
Yeah. Well, that, and also think about it where it comes to. Like, Stranger Things came to Netflix. Give it a week. Everybody should have watched it that's going to watch it.
Yeah, you can binge that pretty quick. At least I can.
It's like, I think 8 episodes of an hour long. So 8 hours over a week, I think you got it. Dying.
If only.
Yeah, and if you don't, at that point, it's on you. Like, I didn't watch season 2 of Stranger Things for probably 3-4 months, but I didn't expect people to guard themselves around me anymore at that point. Like, if I saw something, I would avoid it because I didn't want to be spoiled. But like, you can post your articles at that point without offending me for spoilers.
Yeah, just like not go onto Facebook for like 3 weeks until.
I try to purposefully not go onto Facebook anyways, but that's just.
I could see you like walking down the hallway, maybe like at your work or whatever, and just like your ears plugged the whole time, just getting to your area.
Don't tell me anything about Stranger Things.
I've got a picture of me at I think we were going to see Deadpool 2 or something like that, and they rolled a preview for Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I don't watch previews, so my wife was sitting next to me. I had my thumbs in my ears, my fingers over my eyes, and I was humming.
That's a little extreme.
No, I'm with you on not watching the previews, especially for like the Marvel movies, because first of all, the Marvel movies are lying to you in the previews anyway, so watching them does no good. And second of all, like, by the time 5 trailers and 10, late night TV spots are out, you've seen the whole movie.
Yeah. And even if you haven't seen the whole movie, you've seen all that they want you to see. Like, I just heard that in the trailer for Infinity War, whenever Captain America catches Thanos' glove, they digitally removed Power Stones.
The stones,
so that,
yeah.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know that he had that many. And I'm like, well, why the hell even put it in the trailer?
Right.
But no, Ragnarok was the one that ruined trailers for me, because after watching that movie, I thought to myself, how much better would this, because that movie was amazing, how much better would it have been if you didn't know the Hulk was in it? You know what I mean? You go to see a movie, you're like, oh, I want to see Thor.
Even just that part of the trailer where he's like, oh, I know him from work. Even if you would have shown the Hulk and then cut away from him in the trailer where he gets to hold on to his I know him from work line, like that. Yeah. That should have been the funniest part of the movie, and it wasn't because you'd already seen it 50 times in trailers.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that was the last movie I've watched trailers for movies that I know I'm going to see.
Yeah.
I should have watched trailers for Solo.
Solo is really good, though.
Ooh, we might have to cut this out.
Solo?
I'm just kidding. I haven't seen it.
You didn't like Solo?
I wasn't a fan. But I think it was the actor, because everyone around him I enjoyed.
He was a little like cheeseball-y.
He was cheeseball-y, and at the same time he was trying to be Harrison Ford instead of going, okay, this is Harrison Ford now versus when you know him. So he should have grown into Harrison Ford, not been Harrison Ford the entire time. So it sat wrong with me.
Yeah, my biggest problem, I get what you're saying there, and then I hate Emilia Clarke with every fiber of my being. I think she is terrible. I think she's terrible in Game of... Like, I can barely watch Game of Thrones with scenes with her in it. The Terminator movie with her in it was awful. But, I mean, it was awful on its own, but she didn't help it. And she has all the personality of a block of wood, and she always has this, I call it her I smell poop face, because that's what she looks like all the time.
Yeah. Okay, Joel's not showing me his phone. Which one's Amelia Clark?
Purposely not showing him. Khaleesi, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I like to let him struggle. Thank you for not giving it to him.
I put her in the first season she popped up in because she got naked. And then after that, I was okay with,
I ain't mad at it.
Not enjoying her.
Yeah, and she was okay in the first season because she didn't have a lot to do. But, like, as she got more and more to do, you could really tell, like, she's just not that good of an actress.
She's not. She doesn't command the room like Arya Stark or, I'm trying to think of other female. There's a lot of them. Who was the one
even Sansa, Cersei?
Yeah, playing as Dark Phoenix. She's going to be amazing. She commands a room. When you watch a movie with her, you're invested.
Yeah, I agree on that. And like, the problem with that is Daenerys she should be commanding every room she's in, and she can't because her actress is super limited.
Yeah, it's like there's no fear when she walks into a room. When she owns 3 dragons, there should be fear.
I would be afraid of 3 dragons.
I'd be afraid of her.
No, I'm just saying, because of her acting, she doesn't. To me, if she was to walk into a room and I didn't know she had 3 dragons, I still wouldn't fear her.
Yeah.
She should be fearful of her own, and then also own 3 dragons.
Correct.
Personally.
Yeah. I probably should have asked this question beforehand, but not like 20 minutes in. Are we doing no cussing and stuff?
I'm good either way.
Okay, I didn't know your podcast had, language or whatever it might be.
It varies. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I was just going to say, with her character in Game of Thrones, I enjoyed her early development where she was kind of, this humble, leader, and now she's just walking around like she's got a big dick out, hey, I got the dragons, I'm going to do whatever I want, you know what I mean? I'm not sure how I feel about her progression, because what drew me to her is her wanting to free everybody and be this just and humble leader, and now she's just burning stuff down and having sex with her nephew.
No, it's nephew.
Not yet.
Well, and so that spoilers for season 7 of Game of Thrones, by the way.
Listen, it's been out for a year. Again.
So, and that's part of her character, actually. In the book, I've read the books and love the books, and part of her character is that she thinks she's always just and right, but the things that she does don't always point. Like, she frees the slaves, but then she lets the slaves go back to being slaves, basically, if they choose to. And she frees the slaves, but then she crucifies the masters. So, like, she is just on one side, and then you flip it over, and she gets corrupted very easily as well. She's very she goes on these emotional swings a lot, and that's actually part of her character. And the show doesn't do a good job of showing that those two things are happening. It's just like you said, she's just swinging her big dick around, doing whatever she wants now, rather than she's actually a flawed character.
Kind of like a bad Punisher.
Yes.
Yeah, because the Punisher has that same kind of an arc, but less annoying.
Okay. When is the new? I mean, now that we're talking about Game of Thrones, when's the new one coming out?
It was supposed to come out this year, but Westworld. See, there's that word thing.
They're hard. Words are hard.
It's place, I believe, and I think it's supposed to come out early next year.
I thought it was April 2019.
Okay, so
I don't know if that's a real date, but that's what I have in my head. So if it comes out before that, I will be happy, and if it comes out after that, I will be disappointed.
Just so you know, Ryan, April is in the second quarter.
Barely. Still first
Still
half
is.
though.
My phone's laying on the ground next to my dog, so I can't even look it up.
The quarter thing, or
no,
3 months to a quarter.
Yeah, there we go. And there we go. You learned something here. All right. So, shall we get to the meat and potatoes of the With a catch? I mean, I've enjoyed talking with you, but now I really want to mess some of your stuff up, is what I'm getting to.
I'm ready to go.
All right, which one first? Superman or what was it? Biometrics? Cybernetics. I think he asked about biomedics. So that's
I asked if it was cybernetic or bionic.
Bionic. There was a B in there somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Words are hard.
For Joel,
you want me to explain the difference?
Yeah, there is a difference.
Yeah, apparently I don't know it, so please inform my small brain.
The difference I made up in my head was that cybernetic is basically it's linked into your brain, so you have full control over it, whereas bionic is basically just metal. And you don't have as much control over it. That was my thought on it, but maybe you have a different thought on the difference.
I don't know, but I like your definition of the mental connection, so that's the one that I want.
Essentially, he wants to have a robot arm, is all he's doing by this.
Like Cyborg.
Yeah.
From that
well, you're going to have some problems with a robot arm.
I'm going to jerk off and rip it off.
that would be one problem.
Oh, God!
Ooh, yeah, no thank you.
I'm going to have a cybernetic penis!
So, let's divert to our guest first here. If you could have a cybernetic body part, what would you choose and why?
All right, so I don't know if this is cheating, and if it is, let me know because I have a backup plan.
There's
I would want
cheating in this game. Just creative answers.
I would want a cybernetic spine.
Ooh,
okay.
I like it.
I'm okay with it.
So first of all, I have a bad back and neck.
Okay.
So it would be nice to not have to deal with that. And the reason if I didn't have a bad back and neck that I would want a cybernetic spine is because basically your spine still controls every other part of your body. So fatigue would be, you'd get way less fatigued doing everyday things. You could stand on your feet all day. You could lift things a lot better. You'd just be structurally more sound.
Kind of like it's the backbone of the body.
It is exactly the backbone of the body. It really holds the whole body together.
Yeah.
Without a spine, without a spine, we'd just be like slithering around on the ground like snakes.
Spine and brain.
Yep. And I also was thinking of this because I was having this conversation with my wife, just trying to see if I was on the right process with my thoughts. And I think because it's cybernetic, there's no limitations to how it can move. So you'd be able to, bend in incredible ways that you can't normally bend with a normal human spine. And maybe turn your body fully around and, do all kinds of different stuff that way.
I see why you were talking to your wife about different ways you could bend.
I don't think so.
In a probe.
All right. So
we're going to rare and cut that part out.
I would say once every 24 hours for 30 minutes, you're stuck in a random position.
So
you don't know when.
So my body just freezes. So basically, my cybernetic spine goes through a software upgrade, and I just freeze, and I have no idea when it's coming. I can't postpone the software update.
No, it's random for 30 minutes and 24 hours. So you'll be walking along, and you're like, "Ooh, a penny!" You bend over, you're stuck for 30 minutes. You can walk because your legs still move, but you're stuck bent over for 30 minutes. Or if you're like, "I'm just gonna bend back real quick and grab," I'm stuck.
Well, so is this now a world where I'm the only one with a cybernetic body part, or does everyone have a cybernetic body part?
No, this is just you.
It's just me.
Yeah.
Well, see, because if everyone had one, I would be able to explain it away. Cybernetic spine. I'll be done in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I could live with that though.
Yeah, he just sitting there maybe scratching his balls and stuff.
That would be a little rough, but as long as I'm not in one of those oddly bent, really oddly bent positions, I think I'd be okay with it.
All right. So, mine is similar to Ryan in that you lose control of your body, but you we'll say once every, I don't know, 8 hours. You lose control of your spine and all your functions, and you just go around slapping random people on the buttocks.
See, that's going to land me in jail eventually.
Yeah,
I don't
essentially.
really want to be in jail.
No, I was gonna say you were gonna do a Donald Trump thing, but I'm not gonna. We're not gonna. We tried to not get political.
Yeah, let's go with the back. The backside's a little less aggressive than the front side.
It's a little less aggressive. So, but yeah, okay. I'll do once a day. I won't do once every 8 hours. But again, like Ryan, once a day. You'll just be out, random time. You just kind of lose control of your body, and you start slapping goblin hams.
Well, I guess. So that would you'd kind of have a tell. So if I'm with my wife most of the time, and I all of a sudden slap her ass involuntarily, I know at that moment I just need to get away from people.
Dive in a bush.
And do everything in my power to get away from people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's incontrollable. You can't exactly jump in a bush. You're kind of committed.
So, are you saying?
Yeah, but I'm not going to have a go-go gadget arm that reaches out and smacks somebody. Like, I'd have to be close enough to somebody to smack them.
Well, I know what I want.
Will my cybernetic spine walk me to them?
Yeah, that's the thing. Essentially, because it's mechanical, and it's almost like that restart where you can't control it. It just kind of happens, and you just got a front row view. Because that's what we talked about, right? It's cybernetic, right. And it kind of takes over. Your spine controls like everything.
Right. Yeah. I can see how that could be a problem. I would go with the first issue rather than the second issue. If I had to choose just one to live with, I would choose the first one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm okay with it. Oh, it wasn't mine, so I guess I can be okay with it, right?
I guess. Yeah. I don't really know what the resolution of this is supposed to be. So like.
The way we normally do it is that our two catches stack on top of each other, and then you tell us if you wouldn't take it, we win. If you would take it, we lose. Pretty much like that.
Tell you what I'm doing. I'm feeling generous. I'm going to take back my catch, and I'm going to say, because I'm not trying to get you thrown in jail or anything like that. I'm going to say you spontaneously bust out into the YMCA, and you just start doing the YMCA. You have to complete the whole song. Just in the middle of the house or outside the thing. So, 3 minutes YMCA. And I'm going to give your spine the ability to actually play the song so people know what you're doing.
Yeah,
and they don't
exactly.
think you're crazy.
There's a little speaker in there.
Yeah, you got a little speaker, and it's YMCA for, the entirety of the song.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, I would take it.
Okay.
So I freeze for half an hour a day, and I bust out in the YMCA randomly once per day.
Yeah.
I think I could handle that.
What if you froze? Yeah. What if you froze in the middle of the YMCA?
I'm just walking around with my arms up in the air.
You're like
30 minutes.
Error. All right, cool. Okay, let's try ours then, and then you can combine them. Me first? Sure. I would like to have a cybernetic, not. No, hold on. I had it. Not appendix.
Okay.
Because I want to know what it does.
Your appendix?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does literally
that's
nothing.
What you take out. That literally does nothing. I want to have an appendix so it actually does something.
It appendicizes your body.
And almost kills you.
And then you get it removed.
Yeah. Then you can't appendicize anymore.
Yeah. That's what I want. It's very simple. I just want to know what it does, and I want it to have a function inside me.
Cool.
So do your worst.
You want to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay.
He's like, I'm thinking.
I'm new at this.
Your appendix has a mouth.
What?
And will randomly bite your inside.
Oh, why?
It's not a big mouth, but it's enough to pinch.
It's a nibble. It's not like
it doesn't like tear you up or anything, but it hurts.
Is this a playful gumming?
Yeah.
Remember.
It's like, hey, remember I'm in here?
You wanted to know what I did. This is what I do. Okay. All right. Not terrible. Let's see what the second half is. And if you need to take a second, we can, cut out or keep BSing.
No, I think I'm good. So, once a week, I'll give you a week on this. Okay. Randomly, it bursts and then repairs itself. So you have to go through the pain, right? So you have to go through the pain of appendicitis, basically. But then it repairs itself and comes back.
But I don't die. I mean, because
you don't die. No. It's just the pain that you would feel when, like, if your appendix bursts. Apparently, there is some excruciating pain for a brief period of time until you can get to the hospital. We'll say the pain lasts 10 minutes. Once per week. You don't know when it's going to happen.
Remember how I was nice and I took my catch back and gave you a different one? I'm going to revert back to the original one because that was not very nice of you.
I think I'd still live with it.
Okay. 10 minutes of pain, gumming an appendix. But it really actually serves no purpose other than to bite me and explode. I think I'm going to pass.
All right.
I think I'm going to pass. Yeah.
Well, WebMD says that there's a theory on what the appendix does.
Theory.
So that means that they don't know what the hell the appendix does. They said it might be a storehouse for bacteria for rebooting. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me.
Science. Okay. Ryan, go for it. What you got?
Darth Maul.
You have Darth Maul.
Yeah.
You have a...
He died in
cybernetic Darth Maul.
Okay.
When he died in episode 1, he came back in Rebels with spider legs.
So you want the spider legs?
Yeah. It would actually be my lower abdomen, and I want a huge metal penis to go with that. Spider legs and a metal penis.
All right. I'm glad we made this not B-rated. And
you said it wasn't B-rated.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad I clarified.
Yeah, you clarified, so I was able to let my hair down.
I was really hoping you want to be like Darth Maul. Like, what was the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he was on Mars? No.
Total Recall.
Total Recall, and you got Quado, that thing, Quado, or whatever. That's what I was thinking you were wanting, just like a random little baby head coming at you.
We're gonna eat today.
Damn. Yeah. Maybe that's what you get then. Maybe you get help eat it. Okay. All right. I can go first if you want.
Yeah.
The metal penis, and you are very well endowed. Enough that, I don't think I want to do that, because that was essentially what we did last week with Micah, with the giant hanging nuts, and it's just going to scrape all over the place.
Metal, so it'd be fine.
Yeah, but you still have the nerves in there. It's going to not feel great. Your metal penis? Yeah.
Yeah, but it is the same.
I could tell you have nerves, and you have nerves. I mean, that's how this works.
Do I have nerves now?
No, because that's not what I want to do. You have a really hard time finding pants. That's your catch.
Or 8 legs. Spider legs, 8 legs. Crab legs would be 6 legs, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, you can have crab legs. Dang it, I was going to go with that, but I feel like that was just too close to what we did for Micah last week. I don't feel like that's. I feel like that's
I've got one while you're thinking. Then.
All right, yeah, go for it. Let me rethink.
So your spider legs, once a day, randomly, as everything else has been, they invert and close around you and capturing you in a cage where you can't move anymore, and you're just stuck in this cage randomly.
For how long? Yeah.
6 hours.
Oh, he really moved that time up on you.
30 minutes.
Oh, okay. He gave you the treatment you gave him.
But I can still move my torso, right?
Inside the cage, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're eating and you have the food in your hand, you'd technically still be able to eat it, but if you left it on the table, you probably wouldn't be able to get to it. And they're very violently closed, too, so anything around you probably gets knocked out of the way.
Sandwich.
Oh, your dog. Your wife.
I'll walk by and I'm like, hey, give me that. Don't ignore me. Give me that.
All I can think of is Lion King, where Zazu's in like the chest cavity.
Yeah.
The rib cage. Oh god, the lovely. I see Ryan just hanging out on the street.
That's exactly what it would be like.
That's awesome. Okay, you have the equivalent of lice but or fleas. Actually, we'll say fleas because that'd be more for the animal type. But yeah, on your legs. So you're just constantly itchy, and you have the metal mites and they will chew off one of your legs at one point, but it'll grow back.
But
yeah,
if it hits that 30 minutes, I can reach all 8 of my legs because I'm in a cage. I can really get my scratching done.
Yeah, but you're essentially scratchy all day. I'll let you sleep, but all day you're
how nice of you.
Yeah, I'm a giver.
You can put on like some leg warmers when you sleep, and that'll stop the scratching.
Yeah. That's where leg warmers all together.
No, you can't because they'll fall off. They'll eat through it. Shut up.
I was struggling with the cage.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not taking it with the fleas on top of the cage.
Okay, yeah, good job. Teamwork.
Because at first the cage, I was like, oh, I could do that. And then I was like, what if I didn't have my phone? So like for 30 minutes, I'm staring at a wall somewhere going, I wish I had something to do.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
What if you were on the toilet when the legs closed? That would be an issue.
What if you weren't near a toilet and you needed to when the legs closed?
That would be a bigger issue.
I mean, your top half has to. I mean, you still have to get food.
It could be turned into fuel, though.
Okay, listen, you're not taking it. We're done with this.
Oh, yeah,
all right.
Okay.
I think we're all losers. Wait, no, he took his.
Yeah, he
took
mine.
his. Good job. Hey,
right.
You're a winner.
Thank you.
I don't like to lose. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I can't do.
Now, part 2. This is even better. Yeah.
Well, so I presented this to you with a catch already built in, but now that I've understand the game a little better, I'm going to take the catch out and I'll use it as the catch when one of you chooses something.
Okay. Where were we?
Ready?
Okay. I see. That's what I was trying to explain to you in the Twitter, and I felt like I didn't quite get it. It's kind of difficult that we like build our own thing to mess everything up, you know?
Yeah, no, I got you now. It makes sense now. Okay, so the hypothetical is you can choose one and only one of Superman's powers. I have a list of them that I'll run through.
Sure,
Flight,
go for it.
Flight, super strength, X-ray vision, invulnerability, super speed, heat vision, freeze breath, super senses, and the last one is super flare, which I guess is a omnidirectional heat blast that obliterates anything within a quarter-mile radius. So you can choose any one of those.
Wow, so you're just like a human nuke running around.
Basically.
Oh, I didn't realize he had that. That's not.
I didn't either.
A comic book thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a recent comic book thing, I think.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So he's evolving. Yeah, after all these years, he's still learning. That's good.
Yeah, and he's
Superman needs to be able to be more unstoppable, really.
Yeah, to do more. He doesn't really. He's got the short end of the stick when it comes to superheroes, really.
And all the powers. I mean, I know he just doesn't have enough. He just needs to be able to blow up everything in a mile. Yeah.
Well, I got mine.
Quarter mile.
Ready?
Quarter
go
mile. Yeah. It'll be a mile soon. Just give him like another year or two.
All right.
He'll own it.
Do I need strength or speed to jump high?
Strength.
Strength? Okay, so I would take super strength so I could jump really high. Because you remember in the I think it was the Ang Lee Hulk, where the Hulk was like traveling really far by jumping? I want to do that.
Well, and so that's what Superman's flight power was in the beginning, too, is he could, because he was so strong, he could just jump really far, basically.
It makes sense why the song was leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Okay.
Correct.
I think I got one.
Go ahead.
So, you have your ability to jump super high and
Super strength.
you have your super strength. But your intention is to do it for jumping and such, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Gymnastics.
Yeah. So, all the damage that you cause from jumping, and anytime you walk around, you use this ability, essentially. It may not be like a whole lot, but you essentially, a regular step, cracking the ground, you have to pay and or fix every crack that you cause with this ability.
Okay.
So your house, the car. I mean, not the car, but the concrete outside. You're like walking down there and you cause like $250,000 worth of damage because you sneezed and flew up a few feet. Yeah. You need a good job.
I got that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with I'm not gonna use my initial because I want to see what the other power is first before I use my my go-to catch.
Your ace up the sleeve.
Yeah. I don't like the cat. I don't like it framed with this superpower.
Okay. Which one do you like it framed with, so I know what not to pick?
Pretty much all of the other ones. This was my least favorite one that I would have had to do. I'm gonna say. You have no control over it.
No.
Basically, it comes and goes outside of your control. So like sometimes you'll be really strong, but other times you won't.
Oh, okay.
I thought you meant like it was just completely out of control. Like I go to open a door, and sometimes I'll open it fine.
You rip it off,
tear the whole wall down.
That is what I mean. So one time you'll open the door and you'll be able to control it, but the next time you go to open the door, you might rip it off, and then the third time you might not be able to open it at all.
Oh, like super weak.
But I will say, but I will say, like if you're in the middle of lifting something incredibly heavy, it won't cut out in the middle of whatever you're doing.
Right.
And you just die. You're like lifting a car up. Yeah.
If you make your big jump and you lose it on the way down, you can't lose it on the way down. Like you'll have it for when you land.
Right. I won't take it because of yours, and here's the reason I'm thinking. Say I become a local legend, and all the children love me, and all the people love me, and all that, and I make enough money to repair everything I break, and I go to a children's hospital for the sick, and they want a hug. So I go to hug this poor child with leukemia, and she turns to me. I can't do it for the children.
Or you just go to fist bump them and just knock their whole arm off. There's no way.
Oh, the hell is you, Super Brian? Strength guy?
Sir breaks the lot?
Yeah, Sir breaks everything he tries to do because he can't control his stupid power. I'm not taking that. You win.
All right. Okay, my turn then, I guess. I think it's pretty obvious. You got to go with flight. As much as I hate traffic, and we've made multiple references to traffic and such, it's flight, hands down. I don't want to spend another minute in traffic, and you're not allowed to say anything about traffic in my catch.
Yeah.
Because I make the rules. Flying cars, and you're still thinking traffic. Yeah. Damn it!
You wanted to go first?
Yeah. So the catch here is, for however long you fly, once you land, you can't move for a proportionate amount of time. So if you're flying somewhere for an hour, once you land, you're stuck there.
You better have good aim when you're landing.
It kicks in automatically, or I don't get a few minutes to get myself situated.
I think feet hit the ground, right?
I'll give you 3 minutes before the opposite effect takes.
Yeah, I got to clock into work, and then
and then you're good not moving.
Yeah, no, I'll just sit at my desk for an hour and I'm cool. Okay, not terrible, not terrible. We'll see what Ryan has.
What if you're rushing to the hospital because your wife is pregnant?
Oh, I'd have to have a wife first, so it doesn't count. Next.
Right.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I would say you fly to a certain height, undetermined. Your body will take over for the gravity of the moon and messes up all of the tides.
Okay, so
does he know the height?
Yeah.
No, and it changes. I wouldn't say daily, but it does change.
Okay.
So if you're at 15,000 feet and you hit 15,001 and all the water drains and boats are stuck everywhere because the tide's messed up now, tomorrow,
thanks, Joel.
Or next week, or next year, or next decade. Yeah, the flying guy that keeps messing up the tides.
Okay. I'm okay with it. Here's because there's a lot of variance in between there. We're talking RNG. You're talking about 15,000 feet. I don't really need to go above 50. So chances are me hitting that mark are not going to be very high. And then again, like he said, like in his, I just get to work, I clock in, and I'm cool. I mean, I only live like 10 minutes away from my work, so I'm okay with it. Places I'm going, I'm pretty close by.
Well, I'm flying. That's only going to be like a 3-minute flight versus a 10-minute
exactly, because I go straight there. So
get breakfast on the way.
Yeah.
Once you get land, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. I can just like hover during the the drive-through, and then I'm good.
Come on.
Hurry up. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I'll take it. It's worth it.
All right.
That's a good one. I like that. We've done superhuman powers before, but we didn't really restrict it to a super hero, which I like that.
I chose Superman because he kind of has all of the other powers.
Has so many. We could do like maybe Batman's gadgets. You could have like one of those.
Yeah.
That might be good because he's got a lot. Yeah. Shark repellent?
Yeah, it was in the 1960s.
Jeez. Okay.
I would choose freeze breath, I think.
Oh, we didn't do his, did we?
Nope. So I would choose freeze breath.
I'm just waiting on him to tell us his.
I thought he went first for a second. I am so sorry. I'm a horrible person.
All good.
Freeze breath.
What's the reason?
Yeah, why freeze breath?
First of all, I don't think you guys will be able to turn around on me very easily. Second of all, I think, like, you know how in The Incredibles, the freeze dude, he makes, like, those slides, and Iceman does this a lot, he makes, like, the slides around town that only he can be on. I could kind of do that with my freeze breath. Always have a cold drink ready. You never have to worry about, I bought the Cokes, but I forgot to put them in the fridge. Doesn't matter. Just cool it down.
Just very handy, yeah.
Yeah, I think you can find a lot of uses for being able to freeze stuff instantly.
Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you what mine is. So essentially, like yours, where it was every time for however long you use the power. Same for you. So however, if you use the power for 30 seconds to chill something off, or a minute, whatever it may be, every time you use it, once you're done, for that equal amount of time, you have the worst, most foul taste in your mouth. Whatever you hate, multiply it by 100, and then that's stuck in your mouth for that long.
That would hurt my ice slides around town.
Yeah. I'm not going to be making those ice tracks for the kiddos, that rink that they want. So, yeah.
I think I'd still stick. I'd just have to keep a lot of gum handy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not... Gum ain't going to do it.
Yeah, it's strong. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very strong.
So...
I'm still in there.
Mine would be, because you've got this awesome power to freeze things and whatnot, every time you sneeze or cough, you shoot icicles.
Oh.
Whatever direction you're facing. So if it's a freak sneeze, you can kill somebody.
Oh.
Yeah, if you got a cold, you better watch out. Better hold on to the same room.
And if, like, you put your hand in front of your mouth...
Yeah, so that's where I'm out right there. I'm fine with... I don't think I would kill anybody because I think I could avoid it for the most part. I would be, like, when I go to cover my mouth and my hand is right there and those icicles shoot through my hand every time, I don't think I'd be able to handle that.
Yeah, that would be a little rough. Or if you do
I would also need Wolverine's power at that point.
That's true, yeah, because either that or you got stigmata at all times.
Yeah. Or you do, like, the vampire cough, like we're kind of taught where you sneeze into your arm, and then, like, your whole arm's just gone because of these ice just barely dangling on there.
I would just have a Kevlar-lined, like, suit jacket on all the time that I can cover my mouth in, maybe.
Yeah, you're like, oh, crap, I got a cold, I better get the Kevlar suit.
It's like, honey, get the kids out of here, be gone for, like, another week just to be safe.
Yeah.
So you're not taking it?
I'm not. I wouldn't be able to handle the icicles shooting through my hands and arms every day.
Good job, Ryan. He kind of issued a challenge. He kind of was like, I don't think you guys are going to get this. And Ryan did it, so good job.
I didn't take mine, right?
I don't think you did.
You didn't? No.
Yeah, he messed that one up for you.
Yeah. And so Joel wins again, sir.
No, I didn't take mine either.
Oh, none of us win.
No.
Oh,
No, I did take mine because I was like, I'm cool. I can, hang out and fly. Yeah. No, I did take mine. You're right. Oh, yeah. All right. Good game.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That was a lot of fun. Well, we'll have to look into the Batman's gadgets next time. We'll put that one on the back burner. Yeah.
I apologize. Micah just got home. My dog's growling in the background. I don't know if you can hear it.
And she's giving us the finger. That's real mature.
I can't hear it.
So, all right. That's, that's been a good one. I mean, we've been going on for about an hour here. I've enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. We should do it again sometime. I have got to run pretty quickly because my kids are screaming. I can hear them.
Go ahead.
But it was great. Thanks for teaming up for this, and hopefully we can do it again sometime.
And then we got ours, our Twitter, DopeCrackPod, or email at dopecrackpodcast@gmail.com. And again, we're on most of the podcast sites, Stitcher, iTunes.
Email us about it.
All that good stuff. We do Monday through Friday. We do daily episodes. We're trying to do that, and that's kind of us. Yeah. I mean, but ours aren't like full hour-long episodes. They're like, 20, 30
minutes, 20 minutes, stuff
but
like that.
We still do a good amount of recording. So, yeah, man, it's been fantastic. We're not going to keep you. I know you got some other things you need to take care of. Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah. It's great to do this again.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks for having us. And thanks for talking with us.
All right, yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
And now it's time for the 2-minute ISO.
I just finished watching Jessica Jones on Netflix, the season 2, and it was pretty good. It was interesting because it seemed like they wanted to lean into this, kind of making it a detective procedural, and they would lean into it a little bit, but I thought they could have done a lot more, make her more of a detective. They kept kind of going half in, and then all of a sudden she would get in trouble and punch her way out of trouble, which, I mean, she's a superpowered detective. You expect her to use her superpowers, but it became more of she's using her superpowers and not detecting. She'll detect a little bit. She'll be a little bit of a detective, but mostly she just wants to punch people. This is spoilers for season 2 if you haven't seen it, which, I mean, Iron Fist season 2 is about to come out, so catch up. I still got to watch Luke Cage and then Iron Fist, so I'm just finishing Jessica Jones. Luke Cage will be next at some point. Luke Cage is my favorite of the Netflix Marvel series. I really like how they've used his character. I really like Masaherla Ali, the guy that played Cottonmouth in the first season. I wish they didn't kill him off at episode 6, but they did. What can you do? Anyway, back to Jessica Jones. So spoilers, her mother ends up being the villain, her long dead mother, as she thought. That was a good twist. It kept feeling like they were going to twist it one more time, and they kind of reconcile a little bit and they want to help each other, but then it feels like the mother's going to turn one more time and screw Jessica over somehow. That doesn't end up happening, which I'm kind of glad it didn't. Like it felt like it was going to, and anytime it feels like a twist is coming, it's not a good thing to go into that twist usually, because if you lead too much into it, then it's not really a twist. It's just what happens. And, the twist with her actually being Jessica's mother, I saw that coming, but I only saw it coming about 10 minutes before it happened. I was like, oh, she's definitely Jessica's mother. That's what this is going to be. And then like 10 minutes later, we find out she is Jessica's mother. This seemed like a difficult season for Kristen Ritter. I don't know that she has the emotional range to be as vulnerable as she needed to be. This season called, when she's finding her long lost mother and all that, it called for her to be more vulnerable than she was in season 1, and I just didn't feel that from Kristen Ritter. Like, I think she's a pretty good actress and she's good at being like the bitchy friend and whatever else, but she just didn't. She didn't have what it took, I think, to be emotional. Jessica Jones is probably my least favorite of the 4. I liked season 1 a lot, and I probably like season 1 of Jessica Jones better than season 1 of Iron Fist. But season 2 of Jessica Jones took a major step back, and I think Kristen Ritter's probably part of that. She didn't seem great when the emotional weight was on her. I did like the Malcolm side storyline of him trying to become a private eye and overcome his demons. Having said that, I didn't like Trish and her journey. I get that she's an addict, but she's like just clearly being stupid about things, for the sake of being stupid to progress her plot. Her character is not supposed to be a stupid person, but she makes really stupid decisions, to get to where she goes in the plot. I don't even mind that, she relapsed on her addiction with the inhaler and whatever because she wanted power so badly. It's just the way she got there and the way she was treating it was really, really dumb and unearned. Overall, I give it about a 6 out of 10. It's worth watching, especially if you're into the Marvel Netflix series. And actually, I'll go back. The Defenders was the worst of any of them so far. When they all got together, like, that should have been so awesome, and the Defenders just completely fell short. But Jessica Jones season 2 is probably the second worst of them. If you're going to skip something, this would probably be the one to skip. But I'm looking forward to watching Luke Cage, and once Iron Fist comes back, I'll be looking forward to watching that. A lot of people didn't like Iron Fist. I actually really liked it and kind of thought the goofiness of Finn Jones was perfect in there. So, that's just my take on it. Thank you for listening. If you're on iTunes, rate, subscribe, review, all that good stuff. And you can follow us on Twitter at APA something and send us feedback through email at apodcastaboutSomething@gmail.com. And make sure to check out those cats who provide all of the music for A Podcast About Something. Stay classy.